Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for April 21st. April 21st is the 111th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 112th in leap years, with 254 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is Adonis. Adonis is a noun that means exceptionally handsome young man, named after the ancient Greek mythological god Adonis, who was loved by Aphrodite and Persephone. Earliest documented use of this word, 1571. I'd like to take a moment to remind you that links to my research are included in the show notes, and to ask you to go ahead and click that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with others. Be sure and stay to the end for those outtakes, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And with that, we're going to start in the year 753 BC, considered the traditional date that Romulus founded the city of Rome. In 1615, the Wignacourt Aqueduct was inaugurated in Malta. The author Charlotte Brontë was born April 21st, 1816. The Texas militia routed Mexicans in the Battle of San Jacinto on April 21st, 1836. A device called the Panopticon, a movie projector developed in the United States, was first demonstrated on April 21st, 1895. The German flying ace known as the Red Barron was killed in action on April 21st, 1918. Secretaries' Day was first celebrated on April 21st, 1952. It's graduated since then to Administrative Professionals' Day. The Seattle World's Fair opened on April 21st, 1962. It was the first World's Fair in the United States since World War II. On April 21st, 1967, General Motors celebrated the manufacture of its 100 millionth American-made car. Surprisingly, it took a little digging to find out, but it was a Chevrolet Caprice. On April 21st, 1973, a song called "Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree" topped the U.S. pop charts and created a cultural phenomenon. I looked it up to put a link in the show notes, and of course I always listen to the stuff that I share with you. I gotta say, I was surprised to find that it still gave me goosebumps and made my eyes water. If you're not familiar with this song, you might think, whatever. But I guess the story touched me. Music can be a powerful thing sometimes. Anyway, the link is there. Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. The Broadway play Annie opened on April 21st, 1977. Some 100,000 students gathered at Beijing's Tiananmen Square on April 21st, 1989 to commemorate a recently deceased reform-minded communist leader and to voice their displeasure with China's authoritarian communist government. Tanks were called in to disperse the gathering at all costs. Hundreds of protesters were killed in this action, and an unknown number of others were executed and disappeared in the weeks following, because it's communism. American singer, songwriter, guitarist, producer, and actor Prince was found deceased in his home on April 21st, 2016. He'd injured a hip, either during a rehearsal or a performance at some point, and it caused him great chronic pain, and I could totally relate to that. But he was too busy to take the time off to have a hip replacement surgery, and had turned instead to really strong opiate prescription pain medications. And so it is that on April 21st, 2016, he was found in his home, dead from an accidental overdose of the opioid fentanyl. He was 57. And that's all I have for you today. As always, links to my research are included in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and feel free to share. While you're here, check out my other channel, 8 Susquehanna. There's a link to that in the show notes as well. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. signed the it's a mouthful. Did I really just do that whole thing and not record it? Oh boy, okay. I think I already said that. That's not good. Thank goodness for editing. We'll start from the beginning. And we'll probably leave that part out. I don't know how all that's gonna go together, or if it's even gonna make it to the video. We'll just see. That's not gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna cut those out. That'll all be laying on the cutting room floor. So I'll just do that whole thing over. That might not make it into the video, we'll see. Changing it up.